mission. Foundry. Down direct. Okay, let's go.
After running more diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your combat effectiveness. I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
The facility will not allow you access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level is brought down inside the Foundry. Our security systems cannot be overridden.
One more codex.
After that, we can proceed forward kill. To do that, make sure they start glowing red, and then do a glory kill from. Can't, too bad, we'll do it later. Shot, you might be able to kill beginning, jump across to the left, kill 3 enemies with 1 barrel explosion as part of the challenge. Definitely not the best place to do it, but it is possible, so just give it a try if you can't, too bad, we'll do it later. Then, from then on there, this enemy right here is called a soldier. We're going from above them in order to do a curb stomp. After that, we
Gas leak detected. Access denied. 1. Core temperature rising.
What to do later?
we can proceed forward and pick up the chip off this dude by falling down in this hole between the large gap in the catwalk above us. Now we'll have to run back up to the top as part of, to get something for the story. Before we reach where we're going, there is a little secret. So upon crossing this gap, going back to the level we were just at, go into this vent in order to find a secret. The secret is just the area, not the actual vest itself. Jump back down. Now we can get across the catwalk. This is the opposite side of where we entered to pick up this guy's arm. We're going to need this guy's arm to go back to the computer before, and we're going to need to scan the computer to open a door, which will take us to our first nest. There's a total of 4 nests. We do kind of have to do them in a certain order, but it's not extremely specific as to what order you do certain things in. So these. You've noticed probably if you've been watching along, I like to glory kill my enemies, shotgun them, and chainsaw them. This is the fastest way to get through a large group of enemies. But if you're playing on a harder difficulty, it actually might be advised that you use your shotgun a little bit more or less often than I do, and whatever. Once we clear this room, I'll rejoin you back with the commentary. And by the way, there are no soldiers in this room, so don't worry about getting the...
Access granted. Gas leak stopped.
I just wanted to do the challenge.
Gas leak detected. Warning, core temperature rising. Access granted. Gas leak stopped. Demonic threat reduced by 25%.
Glory kills from above.
Demonic threat.
We started, and now to progress.
Demonic threat reduced by 25%.
And then we're going to do a whole bunch of things to get the blue key card, and on the way we're going to grab a whole bunch of secrets and stuff. So if you go across and then stick to the back left here, you'll find this dude on the ground.
Okay. Get that. Okay. No.
That's a soldier, by the way. I tried glory killing him. I was unsuccessful. Pick up the yellow key card off this dude. If you find any other soldiers that you're able to get a good glory kill on, I would recommend doing that. Although it can be a little difficult. That guy I was a regular glory kill. So to do a death from above glory kill, you have to have significant height on the soldier when you melee him and he's glowing orange. So just make sure you jump and you're like directly above his head as you try to glory kill him. From that yellow keycard guy though, after we kill everyone, basically like directly under that area, there's this secret area where we can find the secret area and pick up the doll collectible. And then from there, we're gonna run to the very middle section of the Foundry to find a secret, glory killing anyone on the way. saw there, I'm now 2 for 3. That's the easiest way to get a glory kill. So as you just saw there, I'm now 2 for 3. That's the easiest way to get a glory kill.
Warning, core temperature rising.
Now the secret here. Push this.
Have you filled out your UAC accident?
Demonic threat reduced by 25%. Warning, core temperature rising.
Literally, just keep meleeing them and then jump over them and melee right across the bridge. Right here is without a doubt the best and most repeatable area to get the challenge for. And then I'm going to shoot the barrel, and I'm doing a little bit of a cut as well as are basically out of the way completely soldier enemies in the mission. So don't worry if you haven't gotten it yet. Just keep your eye out for the soldier enemies. In this corner, not far from that room, we can find the Argent.
Oh no.
Cell. What are these called? These are the upgrade points. I forget the exact name right this second, but you can equip it to your health, armor, or ammo. I'm going to be picking ammo for the majority of my early ones here. And then from that location, we are going to now go to where we can actually use the yellow key card. All this stuff that we just did was a little bit extra in order to make sure to get all the secrets and collectibles. So we're going to go through this door, and at the top of the door on the computer console, we can find a data.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
Log. Now there's gonna be a whole bunch of really big dudes spawning. Sometimes they'll follow you, sometimes I don't know where they come from. If you have a full chainsaw gun, or jump into the middle crate to pick up the second of 2 dolls and find a secret as well. From then on there, follow the conveyor belt to the very end. You'll see some boxes stacked up next to a locked door. Jump up on those boxes to find a small little vent. At the very end of this vent, you can
Okay. After this box.
Warning, core temperature rising.
Elite guard.
You can find a soldier. Once the door opens, go inside, pull out the root of the nest, and kill all the enemies.
Okay. After took this one.
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
That spawn. Stuff on your map if you're curious. Jump across from the middle of. After killing all the enemies, you should be able to jump across from the middle of the stairs across to a ledge to find the auto map. This isn't mandatory for anything, but it does help you with some stuff on your map if you're curious. And then from then on there, we can continue through the door to exit that area and pick up the blue key card. This is a key card that is required to progress through the story. So now we're going to jump back down. We're jumping back down into an area that might seem familiar, and you'll see that there's a door leading to the blue area.
Days. Minkštas ir purus kruasanas. Grieb pakeliui 7 days.
Now we're not going to go through that door just yet because we don't want to trigger too much of the story to happen and then have trouble getting back, into certain areas. So instead we're going to go to the lowest floor and through this yellow door. Then jump down and then look left and you'll find this data pad on these garbage. I'm going to jump through a window in that same forward through the hall, and then we'll drop down here. Road, turn right, fork in the road, turn right, and then we'll drop down here, and you'll notice that there is a ledge we can grab onto. We'll want to grab onto that ledge on the right-hand side of the room. Go into the room and find the secret just by being being in the room, pick up the rocket, which will actually be a weapon that you can use throughout the rest of the game. Highly recommended that you do this. Now from here on out, we're going to go back into the main area of the Foundry. You can kind of exit whatever way you like. My way might be a little bit complicated for you if you're not familiar with the level. It's honestly even a little bit complicated for me, having done this level 3 or 4 times now. Eventually you'll end up outside, and you'll notice that there's a gore nest, and this one is kind of like, it's kind of below where we were with
Demonic threat.
the Doom level, the original Doom level Easter egg secret with the lever. It's kind of in that general direction, but essentially take it out and kill all the enemies that spawn after that. And now, after all of that, another curb stomp. If you need them, here's a good area to farm a couple. You back up to the
75.
and Human Resources for assistance. Is the foundation to our success. With you, we will establish a new paradigm and move humanity into the future. Have you filled out the UAC? Accidental death and dismemberment form?
Demonic presence reduced to
So just go through whichever one you find first. Destroy the nest. It'll spawn a whole bunch of enemies. Kill all of those enemies in order to survive the round and open the doors, because currently the area we are inside is on lockdown.
demonic presence reduced to minimum save levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine.
After you kill all of the enemies, I would advise you to walk out of the blue door that faces the beginning of the mission. To the right of that door, you'll find a new airlock type door. It's a giant yellow door that will open after you kill all the nests and do all the objectives. And then forward in through this room, you'll find a control panel. And this will start a large battle, which will last you anywhere from like 3 to 6 minutes, depending on your difficulty and how well you're doing. So just kill all of the enemies until it says everyone's neutralized. The music will kind of calm down, the lights will turn on, and one of the doors at the top of these stairs will also open.
Human Resources for assistance.
Turbine room door now open.
Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars is the foundation to our success. With you, we will establish a new paradigm and move humanity into the future. Have you filled out dismemberment form yet? See Jessica and Human Resources for assistance.
Core temperature reaching critical levels. temperature is now stabilized.
A primary control room has been activated somewhere nearby. It could be Olivia.
Elite guard right in front of
The core temperature is now stabilized.
Alright, so eventually I killed all the enemies, came up to the door, it opened with a green sign. Obviously I want to take and whatnot. Interact with the shutters to open up the shutters to find this person in here, and wait till that cinematic ends.
Challenge. Yes, hold on.
Authorization. Olivia Pierce. Alpha 402.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
All power reloaded to Argent Energy Tower.
She is trying to tear open the portal between our world and theirs.
You could not have saved them anyway.
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.